Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today I would like to share with you my review of the Kosmos LED set for Bandai Master Grade Vidar model kit. When I originally bought and reviewed the Master Grade Vidar on the channel back in July 2025, I really enjoyed the kit. It was a pretty nice and easy building experience. The armor plastic was not particularly good looking, as it was mostly bare black and blue plastic, which only looks decent out of the box if the manufacturer gives it some sort of a coat or surface texture. Nevertheless, back then I applied a little bit of detailing with markers, some G-rework decals, and ended up top coating all of the armor. And I also detailed all of the inner frame too. Furthermore, during the original build of the MG Vidar, I did one of my earliest attempts at an LED mod for the eyes. It was a bit of a rough job, I'm not gonna lie, but it was a pretty easy mod which required no significant modding to the kit itself, and back then I was not doing any wire management, so the mod ended up looking pretty okay at the front, as it lit the eyes red, but at the back of the kit it was a bit rough. Nevertheless, when I first saw Kosmos announce an LED set for Vidar, I was honestly quite surprised, as I did not expect it at all. I mean, it seemed to me like MG Vidar was a rather simple build and there wasn't much room or need for LEDs. Except for the eyes, of course. Plus, having previously done a few Kosmos LED sets, I thought they tend to do LED sets that either A. replace an existing Bandai LED set for perfect grade and MG-XX Unicorn Gundams or similar, which is honestly a pretty easy gig, or B. create custom LED sets for really popular kits like Real Great High New or MG-XX Strike Freedom or Infinite Dimension Nemesis and many others. All that is to say that the announcement of an LED set for MG Vidar was a rather nice surprise, at least to me. Needless to say, I immediately hopped on my Gundam account and placed a pre-order for it. And before we dive further into the review, a quick message about Gundam. I buy almost all of my figures and third-party kits at Gundam.com. They offer great prices, awesome customer service, and a nice points program. If you decide to shop for your next kit or figure there and would like to support this channel even more, consider using reviewer code SKH. It helps the channel a lot. As always, do your own research and only purchase from stores that you are comfortable with. Now, back to the video. And of course, if you'd like to get your own copy of MG Vidar, consider checking out GundamExtra.com. They are my personal go-to store for Bandai model kits. As always, I truly appreciate all of your support and you are the reason I get to keep making more videos like this one. Now, back to the LED set review. I have done 7 Kosmos LED sets prior to this one. Real Great High New, Full Mechanics Aerial, Perfect Grade Unicorn Perfectibility with an RGB LED set, Perfect Grade Exia, Sky Defender, Real Grade God Gundam, and MG-XX Strike Freedom. I have many more Kosmos LED sets in my backlog for some future planned builds, but I guess you could say I'm quite well acquainted with what Kosmos has to offer. And my expectations for the Kosmos LED set for MG Vidar were as follows. First, the LED needed to add some meaningful new features to the kit. Not a simple eye light-up effect, and/or 1 or 2 accessories. Like, there needed to be a driving reason or the main feature of the set. Something that makes it unique and worth your time and hard-earned money. If the LED set comes with any replacement parts, those need to be decent or ideally matching quality to the original Bandai parts. Clear instructions, not necessarily easy to follow, but a clear demonstration of how the LEDs get installed. 4. Extra or alternate parts and options. 5. Metal plaque. And 6, of course, it goes without saying that the LED set needs to have both a battery and a USB power options, a remote control, support latest Kosmos mobile app via Bluetooth, and have persistent memory. The last point simply means that if you turn on the LEDs and customize their mode and brightness, if you were to unplug them from USB power and then plug them back on, you won't need to use a remote to turn the LED set back on. Everything should persist if the power is disconnected. And this last category of things was not part of my expectations, honestly, as they all are pretty much standard for a Kosmos LED set. I would be rather surprised if any of those were not the case for a new release from this company. So with these 6 criteria in mind, let's have a quick yet very detailed look at the new Kosmos LED set for Master Grade Vidar model kit. Category number 1. The main gimmick and the overall execution of the LED set. The main feature of this LED set is the partial inner frame replacement in shoulders, chest and knees. LEDs. Where originally the model kit has a black, shiny inner frame parts, Kosmos gives us transparent, frosted replacement ones for each of those. These transparent parts are then used to pipe the LED lights in between the armor gaps. In addition to that, we get a neat little LED for the eyes. And finally, as an extra, we get LED mods for each of the 4 leg thrusters. Once installed, the LEDs can be controlled via 3 separate groups plus eyes. They are all RGB, and there is more than 1 LED per part, like there are, I believe, 3 LEDs in each shoulder, which results in smooth color and effect transitions. So the main gimmick here basically creates an almost Psycho Frame-like effect, similar to what we get in the Universal Century New Type Gundam. While of course Vidar is from Iron-Blooded Orphans, which is a post-disaster timeline, and technically the kit uses a standard Gundam frame and the Type E connection to the pilot. But regardless of whether or not Gundam Vidar is supposed to have a Psycho Frame, I think this partial inner frame replacement and piping of lights in between the armor plates is a very nice approach, and it suits the mecha pretty well. Let's move on to category number 2, replacement parts and their quality. This LED set comes with a number of replacement parts, namely the shoulders, inner frame and partial joint replacement, inner front chest, inner armors for the knees, front and back thruster replacements, and mounting replacements for the back thrusters on the legs. At least in my copy of the kit, the replacement parts were printed pretty well and matched the original ones perfectly. The replacement thruster parts come with little slots cut out at the base of each one to help with the wire runs for the LEDs. In my case, since my kit is detailed and top-coated, I chose to modify my original thruster parts instead. It is a simple mod with 2mm drill bit and a pin vise. While the amount of replacement parts and their size are both smaller than what Kosmos did for MGEX Strike Freedom, the execution of those parts seems to be better. For the MGEX Strike Freedom, I was not impressed by the quality of plastic on the replacement wing parts. You can check out my detailed thoughts on that kit in my dedicated review video, link in the description. Moving on to category number 3, clear instructions. Kosmos does not tend to include installation instructions in the box with a printout. That little booklet instead is mostly there as an inventory and functionality check, and it also gives you some basic information on the power requirements and control options. Instead, Kosmos tends to record installation videos and post them on their YouTube and Bilibili accounts. For this LED set, at the time of review, Kosmos had posted a complete series of instruction videos on their Bilibili profile, and only the first 3 or 4 videos on their YouTube page. Links to both are in the description. I personally recommend using their original videos to install this LED set, even if you don't speak Chinese. Their videos are very clear and well paced, and are just a few minutes long each. And if you would like to follow my own installation process, consider checking out my live stream from June 20th, 2026. The link is in the description as well. I installed this LED set from start to finish live on a single live stream, and considering how slowly I work, I can guarantee that you will have zero issues following me along. I routed some of the wires slightly differently from what Kosmos suggests in their videos, and I of course narrated the entire process in English. Next, category number 4, extra or alternate parts or options. If you don't count the replacement thruster parts as spares, then there are none of those for this kit. You will most likely use all of the included parts with no spare wires like we got with the Real Great God Gundam, or alternate LED options like we got with the Perfect Grid Exia. And finally, category number 5, the metal plaque. I'm very pleased to report that we indeed get a metal plaque with Vidar specific printed on it. I can't say for sure, but it appears that Kosmos does not include these plaques for non-Bandai kits, as I did not see one for Sky Defender. And just to make sure we cover all bases, this LED set has a detachable battery module, can be powered via USB-C, just make sure that on the other end of the wire you use USB-A power source, not USB-C. It comes with a newer control box and a remote, and is compatible with the Kosmos Universe mobile app, at least on iOS. And technically, if you choose to use the included replacement parts, this kit requires only one tiny mod, where you cut off just a little bit of the inner frame in the head unit to create more room for the head unit LED. But otherwise, this is a toolless installation, and there should be no permanent visible changes to your MG Vidar, so the mod is completely reversible. Overall, I really like this LED set. I think it complements the already super cool looking MG Vidar design, and I really like the Psycho Frame grotesque look. It makes an already mean kit look so much more intimidating. One thing that is not super great is the LED effects in the thrusters. It is great to have replacement pre-modded parts, of course, and it is smart how Kosmos wants you to twist the PCB and point the LED inwards to achieve the desired effect. But I wonder how much better it could have looked had we had replacement transparent thruster inserts and placed the LEDs at the back of those. Still though, what we do get looks decent, and if you top coat or paint your thruster inserts in gloss, like I did with mine, the resulting effect will be even cooler. In terms of value, for 75 Canadian or 51 USD, this LED set costs almost as much as MG Vidar itself, which I think is on a pricier side. I remember buying the RGB LED set version for my Perfect Grade Unicorn Perfectibility, which has tons more stuff, for around 110 or 120 Canadian. Is this LED set worth the asking price? I would say if you are really into the LED mods and you like the MG Vidar design, yeah, it's worth it for sure. It is very well executed, very easy to install, and is fully packed with features. So you don't just get a bunch of single color lights. You get a bespoke RGB solution with tons of user-friendly control and pre-baked modes. And remember, if you decide to get one of these bad boys, consider checking out Gundam and make sure to use reviewer code SKH. Your support makes it possible for me to continue doing these cool videos. And if you want to grab your own copy of the Bandai Master Grade Vidar model kit at a very good price, check out GundamExtra.com. I'm pretty sure they will treat you right. And that is about it. I hope that you enjoyed this review. Be sure to drop a like if you like this video and a comment if you really do. Subscribe for more cool content like this. I also have model kit therapy live streams every Saturday where we get to chill and build some model kits together and rant about whatever. Join in and enjoy the good vibes. Also, all of my gear and tools are listed in the description of all of my videos. Some of the links are affiliates, and some give you nice discounts. And every time you use them, you go an extra mile to support this channel. I also recently started a Facebook community page where I post high-res pictures of my builds, including work-in-progress shots and various other community updates. Check out the link in the description and join it. I would love to see you all share your builds there. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.